Have you ever watched an animated movie and thought, wow, how do they even make this magic happen? Well, guess what? By the end of this video, you'll have the knowledge to start creating your own 3D animations. Hey there, I'm Elsa, a passionate 3D animation enthusiast and digital creator. Whether you're a total beginner or just curious about how animation works, you're in the right place. Did you know that the global animation industry is worth over $400 billion? Yep. From blockbuster films like Toy Story to video games like Fortnite, 3D animation is literally everywhere. Fun fact, the first ever 3D animated feature film was Pixar's Toy Story in 1995. It took over 4 years to complete. Now, with modern tools, you can create your own animations in just a few weeks, or even days. But animation isn't just about movies. 3D skills can land you jobs in gaming, advertising, virtual reality, YouTube content creation, and even social media filters. Yes, those fun Instagram and Snapchat effects are actually tiny 3D animations. Okay, so what's on today's menu? How to choose the best animation software as a beginner, the basics of 3D modeling, rigging, and animation, creating your first animated character and making it move, how to export your animation and share it with the world. So, are you ready to bring your imagination to life? Let's jump right in. All right, let's get real for a second. The biggest question every beginner asks is, which software should I use? With so many options out there, it can feel like standing in front of a candy store with too many choices. But don't worry, I got you covered. Let's break down the best beginner-friendly 3D animation software so you can find the perfect one for you. Okay, so here are our contenders for today's software showdown. First, Blender, the free and powerful underdog. Imagine getting a high-quality sports car for free. That's Blender. It's completely open source, meaning it's free forever, no hidden fees. But don't let the price fool you. Blender is a beast when it comes to animation. In fact, did you know that Netflix and Hollywood studios have used Blender in their productions? Yep. And the best part? There are tons of free tutorials and a huge community ready to help beginners like you. 2. Autodesk Maya, the industry standard. Now, if Blender is the cool indie rebel, Autodesk Maya is the Hollywood A-lister. Maya is the software behind movies like Frozen, Avengers, and even The Lion King, 2019 version. It's super powerful for character animation and VFX, but here's the catch. It's not free. The full version costs over $1,500 per year, so unless you're a serious animation student or working at Pixar, it might not be the best choice to start with. 3. Cinema 4D, the motion graphics master. If you love creating slick motion graphics, Cinema 4D is your best bet. It's the go-to tool for TV commercials, YouTube intros, and special effects. It's beginner-friendly, has a smooth interface, and is loved by motion designers. But just like Maya, it's a bit pricey. So, if you're on a budget, Blender is still your best friend. Which one is best for absolute beginners? And the winner for beginners is Blender. Why? Because it's free, super powerful, and has an amazing community to help you out. Plus, if you master Blender, transitioning to Maya or Cinema 4D later will be a piece of cake. All right, now that we've picked our software, let's take a quick tour of Blender's interface so you don't feel lost when you open it up. Okay, let's fire up Blender. Don't be scared. It may look complicated at first, but once you know your way around, it'll feel like home. Viewport. This is your 3D workspace where all the magic happens. Toolbar. Here's where you can select, move, and sculpt your models. Timeline. This is where the animation happens, kind of like a flipbook for digital characters. Don't worry if this feels overwhelming now. We'll go step by step. All right, now that we've set up Blender, let's move on to the exciting part, creating your first 3D cartoon character. Ever wondered how your favorite animated characters come to life? Well, it's all thanks to 3D animation. And guess what? You don't need to be a Pixar genius to start. At its core, 3D animation is like playing with digital clay. You create a model, give it bones, and make it move. Sounds simple, right? Let's break it down into 3 essential steps. First, we have modeling. This is where we sculpt our 3D characters, objects, and environments. Think of it as building with Lego, but in a digital world. From cute cartoon characters to massive sci-fi robots, everything starts as a basic shape, like a cube, sphere, or cylinder. Then, we refine it, add textures, and boom, we have a 3D model. Now, what's the use of a character if it can't move? That's where rigging comes in. Imagine putting an invisible skeleton inside your model. This allows it to bend, twist, and even dance like a pro. Without rigging, animating a character would be like trying to make a stuffed toy walk. Not happening. And finally, the fun part, animation. This is where we create movement using something called keyframes. It's kind of like stop motion, but in a computer. For example, if I place a keyframe at frame 1 where my character is standing, and another at frame 30 where they are jumping, Blender automatically fills in the motion. So, in a nutshell, we model the character, rig it with bones, and animate it using keyframes. Master these 3 steps, and you're officially an animator. Wow, you've made it through part 1 of our 3D cartoon animation beginner's guide. Let's do a quick recap. We explored the exciting world of 3D animation. We picked the best beginner-friendly software, Blender FTW. We broke down the 3 key steps: modeling, rigging, and animation. You're already way ahead of most beginners, and the best part? We're just getting started. In part 2, we'll dive into hands-on animation, creating your first 3D cartoon character, rigging it, and making it move. It's where the real magic begins. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss it. Got questions or a favorite animation? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Alright, that's a wrap for part 1. See you in the next episode. Keep creating, keep animating.